That's the first question for you. Noah, who's in the studio along with Leo, and he wanted to know, are you worried, are you concerned that Celtic haven't made any big signings so far? They've made two plus the Iwata. Do you expect this Marquee signing to come that people are talking about? Is it going to be Fabian Reiter? Is there anything in that?
But I think there's always, when people are talking about players mentioned with it and the players come out and say there's a mention with the club that's involved, like Celtic, which he has done, you always want quality. That's what you always want to do. But as I say, it's very, very difficult for Scottish clubs unless you're playing top dollar, and that's very difficult. So all the players that came, you go even for Kyogo, who nobody knew, would we have said, oh, he was that Marquee signing? Probably not. But if you said that now and you knew all the background he's got, you'd be saying, wow, what a signing that is. So listen, there's a hell of a lot of good players at Celtic Football Club, that's for sure, and they've got a fantastic squad of players. Yes, you need to freshen it, even if you've got a good group, even when they're playing really, really well. It's always nice as a player to have challenges through down to you. And as I say, Kieran Tierney keeps getting mentioned. That I'm not sure about that one, because I just think financially it maybe be too much.
Is it too rich?
Yeah, it could be. But knowing Kieran, he's obviously a Celtic supporter and whatever. We understand all that, and maybe he's got to that stage and he's thought, listen, I want to go back home, because some players don't settle in the respect. And I'm not saying he's not settled, because his performances didn't look like, he's a bit unfortunate with injuries, obviously, but it wasn't down to the fact that he wasn't settled or anything like that, because you see the way he plays and he gives 100% commitment all the time and quality. So it'd be good for Celtic if someone like that comes available and you bring them back in the door. The fans would be delighted to see a Kieran Tierney in that back, even though Greg Taylor has been outstanding. Sure. But that means Kieran can play somewhere else for you as well, because he's shown that with the national team. So there's different things, and I think Brendan's looked at that, because he was talking about certain things when they attack, they want three at the back sort of thing, So there's different things you look at tactically, and maybe that's something Brendan's looking at and saying, look, could Kieran and Greg play together if Kieran had ended up coming back to Glasgow? But you need a squad anyway. We said that was the difference between Celtic and everyone last year, was the size of the squad and the quality in the squad. And we're hoping, my only concern is now when you read about a few injuries to some of the boys, that's the big thing, because you need, as I say, when you're a manager, you come back for pre-season, ready for the season to start, you want everybody available. That is the big secret, and then you take it from there. So hopefully they can all get back from, but I've no concern there, as you say, a top drawer signing coming in the door, because they are very, very difficult to get.
Donny van de Beek, could you see that happening, or are these just names just now because we're still in the middle of the summer and it's open season for speculation?
But Van de Beek, what a signing that would be, because I think he's a top quality player. I felt for him a little bit, obviously, at Manchester United, in circumstances I think dictated that. But he's a right top quality player. I thought his time at Ajax, he was brilliant. I think there wouldn't have been many clubs in the world that wouldn't have signed him at that particular time. Never mind anything else. So you don't lose that quality overnight. And if somebody like Van Beek ended up coming to Celtic Football Club, I'd be absolutely delighted.
Yep, the Champions League is a lure, and that's partly why Brendan Rodgers is back. Could that bring Kieran Tierney on a deal that would be a loan deal? I mean, is he roughly on about 100 grand a week? Roughly, would you think? I mean,
probably to go to London now, Paul, and the signings now. I mean, 100 grand now is probably, you're just coming out the reserves. Sure. I know it sounds crazy, but it's fact.
It's Jordan Henderson money though, isn't it? I think at Anfield they're on about 100, just over 100. I mean, for the normal person it's hard to comprehend. So what's the top dollar just now at Celtic? Would it be around 40?
I'd say that.
Sure,
I
that's
would
top
say that.
dollar.
Yeah,
so,
listen, it's fantastic money. Don't get me wrong, it's fantastic money. But if you're saying, even we're talking about Jota 35 to 40, you're saying all of a sudden then he goes up to nearly 200. There is a difference. And we're not saying that's why Kieran moved to Arsenal in any shape or form, but that's what they play in London anyway, because London prices are extortionate anyway. So to go to London and move your family there and buy property there, everything comes into it. So that's what all these players are looking at. So it's still a hell of a fantastic, wage bracket, But as I say, I think Kieran will have enough money. We always like to look after yourself and your family, because it's not just now, it's for many years, because you're retired a long time as a footballer as well, so you've still got to work in the respect of that. These guys will look after, but it's a football decision. I'm looking at Kieran Tierney, and I could imagine it'd be a football decision he will make. It'll not be a financial decision, I definitely think. And that's the hope you have, is that because he'd be that type of player, it wouldn't surprise me if he ended up wanting to come back to Celtic.
The Celtic fans would absolutely love it, wouldn't they?
Oh,
if he was to come.